Hi friends, welcome to Curiosity Hive. In this video, we are going to go through the concept of money for the third graders. We will look into the kind of questions that come under this topic and solve it along.
So let's start with understanding of the unit of money. Now let's look at the unit of money in India and in USA. Now in India it is called rupees, that the unit of money is, and in USA it is called dollars, and these are the signs. The change, that is the coins that we use in India, are called paise, and in USA they are called cents, and it is this combination of rupees or paise that make money. Now, the very important thing is how to convert rupees into paise and paise into rupees. The key thing to remember here is that 1 rupee is 100 paise. This is useful when you are going to convert rupees into paise or when you convert paise into rupees. Now when you convert rupees into paise, you need to multiply the amount by 100. So example is 15 rupees 63 paise needs to be multiplied by 100. And multiplying by 100 means moving the decimal point 2 spots onto the right because 100 has 2 zeros. So the answer would be 1563 paise. Similarly, when you want to convert paise into rupees, you need to divide the amount by 100. For example, 1432 paise needs to be divided by 100 to convert into rupees. And division means moving the decimal point 2 spots to the left side because 100 has 2 zeros. Whenever there is no decimal point shown in a number, that means the decimal point is in the end position. So in this case, the movement would be 2 spots to the left, that is just in front of 3. So our answer would be 14.32, that is 14 rupees 32 paise. With that, let's read our first question, which says, Sarah and her brother Sid go to gift shop at the mall with their parents. The table shows the prices of the items at the gift shop. The gift shop price list is as you can see here. Now, Sarah could buy items worth rupees 350. What can she buy from the list? So the sum of the cost of the item she buys should be less than 350. Let's look at the first option, which is the toy bike and toy submarine. The toy bike is for 220.25 and the toy submarine is 355.50. Now if we sum this up to, the sum of these two items would definitely be greater than 500. So that is why this does not hold good because it's not less than 350. Next option is only dancing doll. Let's look at that cost. That is 208.75. Well, it's very much within 350. So yes, this can be an option that Sarah can buy. The other options, Sea Animal sticker and toy bike, is 370, which is greater than 350. Finally, only toy submarine is also out of question because it is for 355, which is greater than 350. We found our answer in option B. Now the next part of this question reads that Sid firstly bought toy submarine, but then he got it exchanged for toy bike. How much money will he get back? Well, in this case, we need to first write the cost of toy submarine and then subtract it from the cost of toy bike. And the answer to this would actually mean the change that is received back by Sid. Now the answer to this is 134.75. So we can choose option D, which is none of these. Question number 2 says, Margaret wants to buy a hairband which costs rupees 1750. She checks her pocket and finds she has one 10 rupee coin and two 5 rupee coins. Which of the following is true? Now the first option says Margaret can buy the hairband and will be left with rupees 2. So the cost of the hairband that she wants to buy is rupees 1750. And how much does she has with her? Well, she has one 10 rupee coin and two 5 rupee coins, which is equal to 10 plus 10, that is equal to rupees 20. So when she wants to buy a hairband, all we need to do is subtract 1750, the cost of hairband, from 20 rupees. which gives us, well, the answer to this would be 2 rupees 50 paise. So definitely it's not option A because she is left with 250, which is what is specified in the option B, which says Margaret can buy the hairband and will be left with 2 rupees and 50 paise. Again, C and D can be striked off because they speak that Margaret cannot buy the hairband, which is not true. Next question. Carol and John go to a stationery store to buy pencils and pens. One pack of pencils cost 10 rupees and 50 paise, and one pack of pens cost 15 rupees and 25 paise. Then it says Carol bought 1 pack of pencils and 4 pack of pens, and John bought 2 pack of pencils and 2 pack of pens. So let's find out what Carol spends. So 1 pack of pencils is 1050 times 1. And then 4 packs of pen. So cost of packs of pen, which is 15 rupees 25 times 4, because he buys 4 of these. Well, when we solve this, we get 1050 plus 15.25 times 4, which is actually, let's solve this and find out what is the number. So we get 61 rupees. So the sum of the two, 71 rupees 50 paise. Let's see how much John has spent. Well, John has bought 2 packs of pencils. So 2 times the cost of the pencil pack, which is 1050, plus 2 packs of pens. So 15 rupees 25 paise times 2. Now let's do the sum of these two. So 1050 times 2, 21 rupees. And then for the pen part, well, 15.25 times 2 is 30 rupees 50 paise, which is equal to 51 rupees 50 paise. Now we need to find how much more money does Carol spend than John. For that, we need to subtract Carol's amount by John's amount. So that's our right answer. Well, let's move to a little more difficult question. Gabriella wants to buy 10 shirts for her brother. If one shirt costs 200, then how much money she has to pay after the discount? And the discount here is buy 2 shirts and get rupees 100 discount. So let's see how we can solve this. First, what you need to take a look at that 2 shirts give a discount of 100 rupees. That means if I buy 10 shirts, which is equal to 2 times 5, that means my discount will also be 5 times. That is rupees 100 times 5. So for 10 shirts, our discount in all will be rupees 500. Now let's find what is the actual cost of the 10 shirts. Now we know that one shirt costs rupees 200. So 10 shirts is 200 times 10, which is equal to rupees 2000. Now 500 is the discount, so we subtract 500 from 2000 and what we get is 1500. So that means the money that she has to pay after reducing the discount is option C, 1500. Let's read the next question. Kiara has rupees 133 in her piggy bank. Her grandparents gave her rupees 16 to add to her bank. After that, every week Kiara adds 12 rupees 50 paise to her piggy bank. How much money does she have in her piggy bank after 6 weeks? So here, the total amount that Kiara has in the start is rupees 133 plus the rupees 16 that her grandparents gave. So first let's start with the starting amount, which is equal to the sum of these two numbers, which is 149 rupees. After 6 weeks, she would have added 12 rupees 50 paise times 6, and this amount needs to be added to the original amount. The answer would be 149 plus 12 times 50 times 6, which is equal to 75 rupees. Now 149 plus 75 is equal to 224 rupees, which is 2 hundreds, 2 tens and 4 ones. So our right answer is option A. Now come to the next question, which says Ravi went to a mall for shopping with rupees 1200 and saw the following offer. Which of the following offer he can take so that no amount is left with him? That means the offer that we choose should sum up exactly to 1200. So all you need to do is find the sum of the pair of the items. The first one is a bag and a pair of jeans, which is rupees 725 plus 675. Now if you look at the hundreds, 6 plus 7 give 13. So this amount would be greater than 1300. So definitely not within 1200. Let's cancel it out. B is a watch and a pencil box. Now this looks close because a watch is 550 and pencil box is 525. Let's see. Now this gives us the answer to be 1075, which is again less than 1200. We want exactly 1200. Option C is a pair of jeans, which is 675, and a pencil box, which is 525. Let's sum that up. Let's see how much this answer comes up to. Oh, this is an exact 1200. So we found the answer, which is option C. Let's go to our next question. It says Radha has 12 rupees 60 paise to buy a notebook. The cost of the notebook is 9 rupees 50 paise. How much change should she get back? And look at the options. It also has some paise conversions. So let's first compute the simple part, wherein we need to find how much change she would get back. This can be calculated by rupees 1260 minus the cost of notebook, which is 950, and we'll get the answer as 3.10, which is 3 rupees 10 paise. So option B and D can be eliminated. Now to convert this amount to paise, remember we need to multiply the amount by 100. And multiplying any number by 100 is moving the decimal point to the right by the number of zeros. Now here there are 2 zeros, so the decimal point moves 2 places, making it 310 paise. So our answer is option C, 310 paise.
I hope this session was beneficial to you. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and also click on the bell icon to get regular notifications of our new videos. Till we meet again, take care.